Hey, welcome back everybody. Well, here's a project I got here to fix in this crack. If you see, it goes all the way across. It's about 10 foot from one side to the other, and you can tell where it was leaking water. There. So different places. Well, then we have these smaller cracks that come up here. So all those have got to be filled in all the way across here. We have another small crack here. Whoops, going up there. So in all, we're talking about 20-foot crack. Really, it's a little more than that. Hopefully I got enough stuff, I think I do, to cover all these cracks. So I'm going to bring you guys along as to show you the process of this. Now there was one other one in this place. It was a crack that was going up and down, and it was water leaking in. And that was over on this far side, over there behind that TV. We filled that, took care of it, and it's been good for years. I think it's been about at least 8 years. So now we're going to take care of this one. So I'll bring you along, I'll get things set up, and show you how we do this. Alright, here's the stuff that we're going to need to do all this. We have the epoxy paste. Then we have the resin, injection epoxy, that we're going to use. And this is the gun that we use. Now, this gun comes with smaller, and then you got the bigger ones. You can see the reason. This one's for this one, and then the bigger one's for that. But the epoxy, we see it's equal parts. So that's what we're using here. So I just want to show you all the material that we're going to use. Get you a putty knife, maybe run some dust off, and then you have to have enough of these. So I'll get things set up here, and we'll show you how we start putting these on. This is the first thing you do, is start putting these on. And where you want to do this, before I even get started, I'll show you here. See, you got that. You'll put some epoxy on either side, which I'll show you. But you make sure that's lined up with that crack. You see in there? Whoops, let me get you right. I don't know if you can see it, but you put that right over that crack. When you look in there, you can see that it's right there in the crack. That's how you want to do them. Now, the bigger cracks, you can go every foot. The smaller cracks, every 6 inches. And I have them marked out here. See my marks? I have it all marked out where I want them to go. So you do that ahead of time, so then you can breeze right through it. You can have your forethought about where you want it, where you don't want it. So, okay, I'll show you that. But we'll get some epoxy going. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, here we got the gun. You unscrew this. This is a cap. Goes on it, and then you just pull this out like that. And then pull this trigger off of here. Let me put you in the stand, and I'll bring you back here. All right, here we go. Show you how to get it done. Okay, don't get too much. So at a time, then you bring it here and mix it all together. Those are good. Constant gray color. Alright, I had to put you guys on pause. The homeowner come down there. So I started to put it on. You can see some on there. So let me scoot you over here. Trying to keep you straight so you don't look like you're cattywampus. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. First of all, I grab some stuff. Back at this, grab a little bit. You see there, you dab some on here. Dab some on this side. Like that. Okay. Then move over to here. Line it up with the crack. There. There we go. Just like that. Then you go all out. Since I got my X's there, it makes it easy. I'll put some more on here. That's why it's so nice to put those X's on there. Then you know where you're going to need it. There we go. Hold it there. So hopefully this stuff takes about 30 minutes to set up. So you got to try to work as fast as you can, but that's why you just put a little bit out. So if you get caught, it takes you longer than what you expect. Not wasting a lot of material. Epoxy. So you just move along what you can, best you can. I just keep coming back here and getting more epoxy. Whoop, see, that one fell. I didn't put enough on there. So let's go back to it. Put that one on. And I'll find the one that fell. Too much junk on it. Put a little more on there. So I got one. Go right here with it. I think that's it. Okay. That one stays on there. So you kind of get the point. You gotta go around here to all my spots I put on here. And set these up. We got another one fall. Just hear it. Where was that at? Here it is right here. Two of them fall. That's a problem. See, you gotta put more on there. I'm not putting enough on there, and I probably should put some around it because it's not wanting to hold on me. So there was something wrong there. I don't know what. The other one fell. So, put this one back on. All right, well, you kind of get the point. I'm going to go ahead and back do it. When I get done, I'll bring you back on. Wow, there goes another one falling. Hear it? All right, well, let me get back there. Can't get this thing stopped. All right, I got all the ports on. I don't know if you can see them right there. There they are. I got all the ports on. It's kind of hard to see them. If you look at them closely, got all these ports are on here, all the way down to there. So now what I'm doing is covering it up with epoxy, the crack completely up with epoxy. And I'll put you in there and you can watch a little bit of that. I'll bring you back on. Let me put you in the stand. All right, here we go. Got some epoxy on here. And we're just going to fill that up. Good distance on each side. So what you want to try to keep in mind while you're doing this is say, I want to put enough epoxy on here that to seal it up, so even if you didn't put the resin in it, it would still be sealed. Something like that. Because you don't want none of that stuff when you go to put the pressure to it, when you're pushing that resin into there. Make sure all this is good around, especially around the port. You got a good thick amount around the port. But what you want to do is to make sure, because I've had it before where I didn't get it really good around the port, and when you start to squish it, push that resin in there, it's going to try to come out that port. It'll come out there instead of one of those holes around it, or one of these holes, instead of going back into the crack. So it's defeating your purpose, because you want it to go back into the crack to seal it up. So don't worry and don't be afraid to use a lot of epoxy. Use plenty of epoxy to seal that up around that. Each one of those ports. Make sure it's all sealed up. Enough. Just need some more there. Like I said, don't be afraid to use too much epoxy. I have a kind of bad here. I can't. This is a bad lighting area. It's kind of a pain. I should go get my light, and I probably will. But you want to look it over real well to make sure you don't have no leaky. Let's need some more over there. I can't. Too many gaps here. There we go. That looks better. No place for the resin to leak out. And you want to go good on each side, at least 1.5 inches on each side roughly. And make it thick enough that it's going to hold, not going to blow out on you. Which this epoxy is pretty heavy, pretty tough, but there you go. Well, I got to mix some more. So you just keep doing that all the way, cover all the crack, and then you're going to have to let it dry for about 30 minutes or so. See here, this here don't look like it's wanting to seal it up here. There we go. And then you're ready for the injection. So I'll bring you back on when I get it all complete. You don't have to sit here and watch me. And I'll do that. I'll bring you back. All right, it's all complete. You can see there, got it all around it. Down. All the way up. And then we're going to go this way. There we are. All right, now it's all done. Got to give at least 30 minutes or more to dry. And then we'll be back to put the injection in. So I'll bring you along and I'll set the tripod out and you can watch me as I do that whole process to see how it goes. So what I found out is I had that putty knife was kind of big, but I used this to go around these first with a good heavy dose to make sure it was clean enough on there to so it wouldn't pop out there, nice and sealed. So I used this old Sawzall blade because I couldn't find nothing else. So you can use a big popsicle blade or something, something you can just get around there first, and then you can just fill the crack later. Which looks like I got some holes there I got to fill. So it's good to look it over first now before you go too far, just for something like that, because you don't want no stuff coming out this way. You want it to come out each port, and that's it. So I'll bring you back on when I put the injection in. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, here it is. I got it all done. you see some of the messes. Sorry I didn't show you. Got busy, got going. But all I did is I started here putting the resin in here until it started coming out. I plugged it, I come over to here. Well, I put it in there so it come out here. Plug this one, plug that one, come over here, put resin in this one until this one came out this one. Plug that one, went to this one, and I pushed it until resin came out this one. I did the same thing all the way along. All the way along. This is the biggest crack here. Until I get over to here. Excuse me. And then I was done. Well, then I come back and I started down here putting resin in here until it came out here, and then resin in there until here, and I just did the same thing that way. Then I started here and went up. Same thing over here. Started at the bottom, worked up, started here, and worked up. So there it is. I got it all put in there and done. Now once that dries, I'll give it some time. I'm going to pull this whole sill plate out of here, put all new studs back in here, a green board. You can see that's not a green board. We'll put a green board back in here and drywall it. And they're just going to do this, since this has got paper on it, just do this one solid color, like an accent wall. And then all this is getting that fake hardwood flooring. So, excuse me, like that in there. So we're gonna get about the same kind of stuff, and we're gonna put it over here. So, all right, well, hey, sorry I didn't get to show you the whole process, but it's pretty simple. It's a long time. You just gotta wait till the stuff comes out, put the plug in, go to the next one. So it's pretty monotonous. But I hope that helps somebody, and I'll have some more videos coming, got other things coming up. And hey, push the bell to get notifications, and subscribe if you want to see more videos coming. Come along with me. As I do, you never know what I'm doing one day or the next. All right, everybody. Like I say, every day you're up, light, and walking, it's a good day, folks. Take care.